Yes, ma'am.
Ah, how
Now I
was your
can.
weekend?
Ma'am,
How was your weekend?
good.
Good. Did you get to do anything fun?
I played my game.
Oh, your game. What's your favorite game right now?
Uh, Roblox and Call of Duty.
Nice. Roblox. Okay. What avatar are you using?
Um, it's a custom one.
Yeah. What's it look like?
Um, it have dreads, a
Uh-huh.
black shirt, and black pants.
Nice. Okay. Does he have a name?
Not really. I made it was random letters.
Oh, random letters. Okay. All right. Good morning, Kimura. Good morning, Nikki. Ooh, how are we doing today? Good morning, Nikki. So you guys remember that video we watched last week about the little kids having to walk 2 hours each way, right? So other than the obvious, right? Like having to walk to school, how is their school experience different from ours? Yep, that's it. 5 steps to get to the computer. Good idea. Priscilla, buenos dias. Good morning, Stacy. How are we today? Good. Bien. Muy bien. Stacy, I love that thing behind you on the wall. Good morning, Holden. That's it, James. Okay, so behind me, you guys, our warm up today is remember that video about those students in Boyacá, right, in Colombia. And other than the obvious, in the sense that we're on the walking, I mean, they had to walk 4 hours a day, and obviously we don't do that. Okay. How was their school experience different? What kind of things do they need to help them be successful, right? Yeah. Okay. What do you mean cheap? Holden, describe to me. Good morning, Carolina, Elizabeth, Heaven. How are we? How are we today? Regular. It's Monday, right? It's lunes. Buenos días, Marilisa. Yeah, very good, Priscilla. I'm gonna send a message out real quick, guys. Heaven, how are you? Camera, por favor. Lay, how are you? How's everyone today? Did you have a good weekend? Yep. Well, they also had to wear uniforms. Remember that? Right? They had to wear uniforms. Mm-hmm. Good morning, Akari, Rihanna, Carlin, Arshis, Haley. Remember, we need our cameras, por favor. Buenos dias, Dallas. How are we today? Haley, you're looking pretty chill today. That's a good thing, Monday morning. Morning, Dallas. Aslan, how are we? Okay, you guys, so if you haven't answered the question, remember our warm-up question every day, right? In what ways was their school experience different from ours? Now, remember, we know that they had to walk 4 hours a day, but what else? What else can we pluck out of there? Cameras, please. Yeah, we have like buses and we have all these things to help, right? That are, you know, very good, Kimura, that help us, make sure, right, that no matter what our situation, our financial situation or whatever, we have all of these sort of system in place to support us to make sure, at the very minimum, right, you guys, that we're learning how to read. Because I think one thing that Lisa, one thing is like, I know some of you were like, well, I wouldn't walk 4 hours to school. And, we got to remember they were elementary school kids. And if they don't go to school, they're never going to learn how to read. Right. So, that's a thing, right? Like we have systems as a nation or as a state or as a city or as a county, however you want to look at it, that sort of make sure that, no matter what our situation is, we can go to school in some way, shape, or form, whether it be in person or whether it be online or whatever. So I think one of the biggest things that we should probably have noted from that video, right, was the fact that there was no one, right? There was no like systems set up to make sure that those kids had an education, right? And they had to rely essentially on whether their parent was willing to send them, whether they could walk, whether they had the shoes or the clothing that could get them there or whatever. And other than that, you guys, it was pretty much donation. Isn't that right? It was donation. Like if that corporation or whatever hadn't come in and decided to collect bicycles and shoes and this, that, and the other, those kids, how many of them would not have gone to school to learn how to read, right? So, yeah. So we have systems set up to make sure, and it seemed that they didn't, and only because they were living outside of a city center, right? Only they were in a rural area. Okay. Yes, and very good, Catalina. And then, the obvious thing, of course, is you guys just roll out of bed or whatever, and you're at school, right? So that's a way big different than what they have to do. Okay. All right. Good answers, you guys. I hope everyone had a great weekend. Lay and Charlie, we need to have our cameras on. Aslan, how you doing today? Carlin, how's everyone today? Akari, I don't see you, Akari. How are you today? Okay, so what are we doing? What are we doing? Well, let's see what we're going to do. Yes. So clase hoy es lunes, and it should be the 25th, not el 26. Okay. But el 25. Y vamos a practicar con el vocabulario, right? Y conocer los interrogativos if we have time, right? And if we have time, hacemos la tarea que falta, right? Any work that we're missing, we want to make sure that we get it completed today. Okay. Couple of notes today and tomorrow. If your ILT teacher maybe didn't remind you, are pictures. You can still sign up for those. And then of course tomorrow, you guys, is open house, right? So just a couple of reminders of those kinds of things. Okay. All right. Any questions before we get started? I'm going to put the link in chat. We are going to review our school supplies. That's what we're talking about. This little short little unit, our little mini lesson, if you will. We're not even taking notes, right, you guys? So if we're not taking notes, it means extra that we are paying attention and participating. So what I would like you to do is, let me get there and then I'll show you, right? We're going to practice with our vocab today. We're going to practice some listening skills with our vocab today. And you guys are going to draw me some pictures. And then if we have time at the end of the hour, we're going to start looking at questions. What are the question words, right? Because I need to start asking y'all some questions. And if you don't understand what I'm asking you, then you're not going to be able to answer me, right? So if we have time today, we're going to look into those question words. Okay. All right. Moving. So here's the plan. I'm waiting on my computer, so I apologize for that. Come on, computer. Okay. What I need for you all to do is to refresh your Canvas screen. Go to Canvas, refresh your screen, and meet me in the Let's Get Started unit. No, pictures are not required. Yes, today is Monday the 25th, and I had put the 26th, right? So that was my boo-boo. I do that often just because I lose track, you know, like over the weekend or whatever. They are not Arshas. I don't know if you heard me answer that. Yeah. Okay. So on my screen, you guys, we should all be in the Let's Get Started unit. And if you scroll way down to the bottom, because remember, we work our way down, right? So you should see something called La Vida Escolar, right? Our school life. And there should be some vocab slides. What I would like you to do is have those slides open in a tab all day today in class. Just open them up and leave them there for you to use. Because remember, we're not taking notes, right? And so it should look like this. Right? So you're in Canvas, you're in our Let's Get Started unit, and you're going to click at the very last thing there. It says La Vida Escolar. And I'll give everyone a minute to get there. Let's see, Haley, Elizabeth, Holden, Lay, Marilisa, James, you head in that direction. Okay. Okay, very last thing in that, Haley and Lay. Very last thing, Charlie. The vocab slides, La Vida Escolar, is where you need to click. Okay. Holden, you need to join us. Okay. So have that open, you guys, and then I'm going to put a link in the chat that I need you to click on. So make sure you have another tab, basically. Okay. Give me a second. Here again, I'm waiting on my computer. Okay. Okay. All right, here's our link. Sorry about the delay, you guys. Sometimes it's what it takes. Here's our link. And here's the code. So again, remember, you guys, we're not taking notes here. And
It says blocked.
It says blocked for me too.
who said it was blocked?
Mine's blocked.
Okay. Let's try this. Or okay, try that one. If it's blocking you.
It works now.
Great. Okay, make myself a note. All right. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. Is anyone else having troubles? Arshas, did it not let you in? Akari, how about you? Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. Let me know if you have an issue and we'll try to get it fixed up. Okay. Start. No, I don't have a thing. There we go. Start now. Okay, here we go. So let's review some of these. And I think we left off at slide like 19 or something like that. So we'll go through these fairly quickly until we get to 19. Okay. So there'll be review. All right. So we talked about que necesitas or que tienes, right? What do you need? Que necesitas. And que tienes, what do you have? And we talked about una mochila, our backpack. And I meant to tell you guys, those of you who watched Dora la Exploradora, right? Y'all remember that? That's why her name is Dora, right? Because in Spanish, when we have something that ends in an O-R-A, like profesora or something, right? She happens to be an explorer, exploradora, right? So Dora, D-O-R-A. So that's why her name is Dora, because she was an explorer originally. She was a computer avatar, like explorer thing when it first started. It really wasn't like a cartoon. Okay. So yeah, Dora la Exploradora. And then she had her backpack song, right? Mochila. Lápiz or lapicero. F for feminine, M for masculine. In the chat, who can tell me? Lápiz, lapicero. M for masculine. No, Oriana. F for feminine. In the chat, is el lápiz or el lapicero M for masculine or F for feminine? Real quick, F or M in the chat. And if you don't know, IDK. Quickly, you guys. Okay. Good answer, Lay. Come on, you guys, quick. This should just pop. We got to get into the habit, right? All right, very good. All right. If you said masculine, you're absolutely right. In Spanish, when we see this word el, when we see a word that ends in an O, that's our clue that it's likely to be masculine. Okay, 99% of the time, it's going to be masculine. There is that little 0.5% of the time or 1% of the time where it's not. Okay, but anytime you see something in an O, it's going to be a masculine word. Anytime you see this word el, it's going to be a feminine word. And we're going to talk more about that, a lot more about that. Okay, all right, muy bien. So pencil, lápiz. El borrador is an eraser, the kind that erases a chalkboard. Okay, not your pencil. So notice you see here, like we said, Dora was an exploradora because she's a feminine. You see the DOR here, and this word is masculine, right? So remember that that's like the thing that does something, right? It erases. Then we had our pencil eraser, la goma, la goma. So based on this word, tell me M for masculine, F for feminine. What do you guess? Or IDK. Very good, very good, very good. It's la, right? Okay, muy bien, you guys. So anytime something ends in an A, like la is always going to be feminine. If a word ends in an A, 95% of the time, it's going to be feminine. Okay. Our clue is always this la. La tells us that something is feminine. Okay. Yes. Okay. El cuaderno is a notebook, right? One more time, real quick. Is el cuaderno masculine or feminine? What do you think? M or F or IDK? M or F or IDK? Is el cuaderno masculine? Okay, very good, you guys. Our hint is the word el. El means the, and it's masculine all the time. And our word cuaderno ends in an O. That's also a clue that 9 out of 10 times it's going to be masculine. So el cuaderno is masculine. Okay, muy bien. Notebook. Okay, here we go. ¿Cómo se dice backpack? How do we say backpack? Muy bien, la mochila. La mochila is our backpack. Muy bien, goma. Last class, you guys, we talked about a pencil eraser being like gummy, like rubbery. Yeah, like a gummy. You know what I mean? Because they used to be made out of real rubber, you know, like from a rubber tree. So they were gummy. So goma, okay? ¿Qué tienes? Remember, one of these was a cognate. Muy bien. So need, what do you need? ¿Qué necesitas? Like necessity, right? That was a cognate. Who had a question? Someone have a question? What do you have then? By process of elimination, ¿qué tienes? Okay, good job. Thank you, Kimura. All right. All right, then we talked about this. Y'all remember? Who remembers how come a pen is called a pluma sometimes? Who remembers that story? Charlie, do you remember? Evan, Stacy?
A pluma is like a plumage, like a bird feather, because
that's it. Absolutely. The bird's feather, plumage, right? They used to use those for the quill pens, right? They used to use those for pens. A ballpoint pen then is like a bolígrafo. That's the more modern word. Okay. Very good. Plumage, bird's feather. Yay. I'm so glad y'all remember that. Oh, wait. I learned a connection word, and we'll talk about it when we get to colors. You guys, it's going to blow your mind. Okay. I learned a new one this weekend. All right. Then we had la carpeta. La carpeta is a folder. A folder. Here's my question. Masculine or feminine or IDK? M or F or IDK? Masculine or feminine? Keep it coming. Okay, muy bien. 9 times out of 10, listen carefully. If something ends in an A, it's going to be feminine. Okay, so a carpeta ends in an A, right? 9 times out of 10, it's going to be feminine. And then to know for sure whether or not it's feminine, we look here, and it happens to be la. La means the, when we are referring to something that is feminine. Okay, right? Ends in an A as well. So that's our clue, right? That they're feminine. Okay, good. Okay, la página is a page. La página, very good, Haley. And you're right, it is feminine. El examen, is this a cognate? Yes, sí or no, right? Thumbs up, thumbs down, something, right? Y'all can just give me a physical one if you don't want to put it in the chat. Sí, it is a cognate. All right, M or F, masculine or feminine? ¿Qué piensas? What do you think? Throw it out there. Or IDK, right? F or M or IDK. Man, you guys are good. Y'all are telling me it's masculine, and you're absolutely right. Now, how do we know? Because it doesn't end in the letter O. Remember, if something ends in the letter O, 9 times out of 10, very good, Elizabeth, very good, you guys. 9 times out of 10, if it ends in an O, it's going to be masculine, right? So how do we know for sure? Our word the. L is the masculine for the. Okay, very good. L. The other hint, you guys, is that it ends in a letter, the letter N in this case, right? So that's also a hint, but not such a reliable one. Our to be sure is always L for masculine, la for feminine. Okay, muy bien. All right, we have el diccionario, so masculine, very good. Okay, una hoja de papel. We talked about loose leaf paper because hoja is a leaf, the loose leaf paper, right? Question, tricky question, is this masculine or feminine, or I don't know? Tell me, M or F or IDK, make a guess, talk about it. Una hoja de papel, masculine, feminine, or I don't know? M or F for IDK. Okay, well, let's figure it out. The letter O, if something ends in the letter or the vowel, I guess, O, right? 9 times out of 10, it's going to be masculine. If something ends in the letter A, it's going to be feminine. O masculine, A feminine. So now what do you think? Change your answer any? Some of you? Okay, good. Anybody want to change their answer? Pop it in. Okay, look, we have hoja with an A and una with an A. So this would be feminine. So sheet of paper, a sheet is feminine, una hoja, or a leaf of paper is feminine. Okay, una with an A, hoja with an A. So if la means the, that's feminine, una means a. So a sheet of paper, una, that's feminine. Okay. Muy bien. All right, here we go. Folder. What's este folder? Muy bien. La carpeta, right? La carpeta. Muy bien. Then you guys, el bolígrafo or la pluma. Muy bien. Which is the best example of a cognate? It's going to have more than one answer. Right, you guys said dictionary. Good job. Now, página is one, yeah. Remember, they have to have the same meaning. So if pluma is a pen, then that's not going to be a cognate for plumage, right? Carpeta is a folder. So even though it looks like carpeting, right, or carpet, it can't be a cognate because a cognate has to have the same meaning. So you could say página, right, as a page. But the best one is probably dictionary, el diccionario. Okay, good job. Okay, we have el libro is a book. And let's take a look at this, you guys. El libro is a book. But if we want to say books, tell me what has to change? What is different here? El libro is book. Los libros are books. What has to change? What do you all see? Catalina, what do you see? Stacy, Heaven, what do you see? Dallas, Charlie, take a look at it. Priscilla, Nikki, what do you see that has to change to say book or books? What's different, you guys? Elizabeth, what do you see? Akari, how about you? Yes, Kimura? Dallas, what do you see that's different? Oriana, how about you? What's different? Yeah. Okay, good, Dallas. Yay, very good, Carolina. Very good, Lay. Very good, Heaven. C, Kamura, muy bien. Anyone else? Very good, Marilisa. All right, well, let's look. We have 2 changes, actually, don't we, you guys? So libro gets an S because, after all, if we have more than one thing and we need to make it plural, we add an S, even in English, right? But look what else happens. The book, el libro, becomes the books, but our el becomes los. So the book, el libro, So L is the masculine the, if we're talking about one item, the book. In Spanish, we have to change the whole thing, right? In English, we can just say the books and add an S on book, but in Spanish, you have to change the whole thing. So to go from singular, one book, to plural, more than one book, L becomes los. L becomes los because it's masculine. Notice the O is masculine. And then we add our S to make book plural. So we got to make two changes from singular to plural, right? El libro becomes los libros. It does sound like library, and that's why we use the word library, right? And we're going to get into that, Kimura. There's a trick to that too, and we'll get into that later, okay? Yes. All right, here we go. Next one. La regla. La regla. This is a new word for us. La regla is a ruler. Is it masculine or feminine, or I don't know? Tell me in chat. M or F or IDK? La regla. That's it. Very good. Very good. Muy bien. Muy bien. You guys are good. The quicker it comes in, the faster we can move. Right, Dallas? I want to hear from you. I want to hear from Charlie. I want to hear from everyone. Aslan. Very good, you guys. Akari. Sí. Marilisa, muy bien. So if you said F for feminine, you're right. It's la, right? Right? La is feminine. Anything with an A is feminine. Well, 9 times out of 10. 9 times out of 10, if it's masculine, it will have an O. Okay? So regla with an A, feminine. La with an A, feminine. La regla. Is this a cognate? Not really. Can we make a connection here? Sounds like regular. What else could it sound like? We're talking about ruler, right? So we measure things. I don't know, something to do with numbers, like starts with an R. Okay. Anybody else? Can we make a connection here? Does anybody know the word regulate? Like regulate? Y'all know that word? Yeah. So, when we regulate something, we're trying to make it normal or trying to adjust it to fit, right? Think about it. So in a way, a ruler helps us to adjust things to fit because we have to measure them. Yeah, does that make any sense, you guys, to make a connection? Yeah, kind of. All right, good. All righty, colored pencils. So if a pencil is a lápiz or a lapicero, we need to make it plural if we're going to talk about more than one pencil. So notice our L becomes los again. So el lápiz becomes los lápices, right? We have some spelling changes. El lápiz becomes los lápices. And then because these are colored pencils, los lápices de colores, Is colores a cognate? See. I have a question, another question to kind of help us pluck out, you guys, some patterns in Spanish. That's what we're doing here. We're trying to find patterns because we can't remember every little word. It's impossible. We have to see how they work. Okay, so that's why I'm being such a pain, right? I'm trying to get you to look for patterns, okay, because we're going to do that all year long until you get it, right? So in English, like we see up on the screen, we see colored pencils, right? In English, what word is describing pencils? What word is describing pencils? Bakari, Carolina, Marilisa, Elizabeth, let me hear from you. Nikki, okay, Charlie, very good. In English, colored pencils, right? So not the black and white pencils, but the ones with color, right? Colored pencils. And notice, you guys, that describing word, colored pencils, right? What kind of pencils are they? They're colored pencils. Comes in front of the word pencil, right? We're describing that pencil by saying they have color, right? They're colored pencils. Does it work that way in Spanish? What's the pattern? What do we see? Does it work that way in Spanish? What do y'all see? Tell me yes or no. No. What do you see? Where does that describing word go? Marilisa, muy bien, Kamora. Comes after. Absolutely, Arshas. It comes after. So literally, you guys, if we look at the Spanish, what are we saying? We're saying the pencils of colors, plural. The pencils of colors. Okay, so we need to start paying attention to these patterns, right? How things work to help us. Okay, because to try to remember every word is too monumental, right? Yes, very good. The punctuation happens, like the question marks at the front and the exclamation marks at the front and the back, right? We have it's a different language, right, you guys? So we have to figure out those patterns. Good job. Good job. You guys are observant. Okay, how about this one? This is a cognate, la calculadora, a calculator, right? La calculadora. So we had, let's listen. We had Dora the Explorer. Dora la Exploradora, right? We had eraser, like chalkboard eraser. Borrador, we said was masculine, D-O-R at the end, right? Dora. Here we have calculadora, D-O-R-A, because this happens to be feminine. Very good. Very good. Okay. But what is the pattern if something ends in D-O-R, like borrador, or something ends in D-O-R-A, like calculador? Calculadora is feminine. Borrador is masculine, right? Right, very good. So got that. What about the meaning of the word? So let's think about it. If you're an explorer, what do? You explore, right? Dora la exploradora. If you are thank you, Elizabeth. If you are a borrador, the eraser, what do you do? What does a borrador do? It erases. What does a calculadora do? It calculates. Are you with me here, you guys? When we see a word in Spanish, here's our pattern, that ends in D-O-R, like borrador, that erases. That's what it does. Calculadora is feminine and it calculates. Yeah. Anytime we see D-O-R, D-O-R-A, that tells us it does something. It's a thing that does something. Right? Give me a thumbs up if you're with me. Give me a thumbs up. Yeah. Okay. Muy bien. Okay. How many of you have ever heard the word matador in English? What is a matador? Y'all know this word? A matador. Anybody know what a matador is? No? No? I'm going to stop sharing for 1 second. Let me stop sharing. Okay. Okay. Hold on. All right. I'm going to share my screen. And you tell me if you know what this is. Okay. You know what this is?
Your screen is black.
Okay. What is this? What is this person doing? Do we know? Do we know this? You can unmute. Catalina, explain it to me. Oh, my screen is black. It's not showing up. Let me try again. Okay, can y'all see now? What is this person? He's a bullfighter. Okay, Kamara, sorry. Anybody see my screen? Some of you see my screen. Yes, he's a bullfighter. Isn't that right, you guys? He's a bullfighter. Okay, well, we know he's a bullfighter. So what does matador, you can even see it here, right? Matador. What is a matador? Well, you see the D-O-R at the end? Yes? You see the D-O-R at the end, right? So that means he does something. Okay, so what does he do? He, unfortunately, kills the bull. That's what a bullfighter does. Okay? A bullfighter doesn't just fight the bull, he kills the bull. Okay? And so it comes from like calculator is the thing that calculates. A matador is the thing that kills. Yes? So that's an ugly example, but yet it's like a real life example, you know. Now, the good news is that's a Spanish tradition to do bullfighting. And the good news is that they are now slowly being outlawed, right? They're not allowing that to happen anymore. Okay, but just know that that's how the word works. Okay, D-O-R-A tells us that the thing does something, right? So unfortunately for a matador, he kills the bull. For a calculadora, it calculates, okay, et cetera, okay? Yay, this is how we learn words, right? We make connections. Think about them. Okay, which is plural? Which is plural? Which one is more than one? Muy bien, clase. Remember that S. S. Los lápices, right? All right, muy bien. More than one, right? All right, good job. Which would I most likely find in a library? El libro, muy bien, el libro, right? Library. Okay, so we're going to stop there. And that's all of our words, you guys. See, very good, right? They're not hard. They're not hard. They're just, we use them to find a pattern. Okay, muy bien. All right, so you can back out of that now. You can back out of that. And I'm going to give you guys a choice. Okay. So tell me in chat, would you like to play a quick Blook It game with these words, or would you like to do a listening activity with some drawing? Let's get some votes. Blook It Look at, look at, look at, okay, look at has one, okay. Okay. Now, some of these words in this booklet are not, like exactly what, I think there's one or two that maybe we haven't seen, so you're just gonna have to go like process of elimination, right? Use your knowledge, okay? Yes, Heaven. All right, here's your link. I need everybody in here. And while you guys are getting in there, I am going to take attendance because then I'll forget. Okay, you guys log into Bookit. I'm taking attendance and then we'll do it to it. Okay. Now, if you still have your slides open, right, and you think you might want to use your slides to give you an advantage and look at, then by all means, right? All right, let me share. And all right, here we go. Uno, dos, tres. Are we stuck? Mm-hmm. We might have to do this again. Maybe no Blooket today, you guys. Maybe no Blooket. We'll give it a minute. Are you guys in? Can you all see your game? Are y'all in? Yes. So I wonder why for me. Is it working though? Or no? Or is it frozen? It is. So it's just for me. Okay, good. Well, go ahead and do it to it. I'll stop sharing since my page is not happening. Okay. Akari, I don't see you in Go Guardian. James, I don't see you in the game. Elizabeth, I don't see your Go Guardian either. Holden, are you in the game? It does. Can you refresh Holden and try again? Charlie, you should be in the Blooket. Charlie, you can check the chat. you get kicked out, Oriana? Jameson, you want to try this again and just see what happens? Maybe refresh your screen. Oh, there you go. Yeah, I see it now. Thank you, James. Yes, Kimura. Okay, one more minute, you guys, and then we'll finish up. All right, good job, you guys. Good practice. We'll continue to practice. Go ahead and back out of your Blooket. Okay, go ahead and back. That's hard to say. Back out of your Blooket, right? Go ahead and click off. I guess maybe that's easier. I don't know. Okay, you want to make sure that you still have your vocab slides up. And real quick, I'm going to show you in Canvas what we need to get completed. Okay. Remember, you guys, our goal is always, always, always by Friday to have no Spanish homework. That's our goal. So many of our practices, you guys, are going to be short and easy to do, etc., etc. And so, you know, between Tuesdays after school and Friday after school and class time, etc., etc., you should have plenty of time to do them. Okay, give me another minute because my computer is not cooperating today. My apologies. So give me 1 second. It's thinking too long, like that booklet page that was unresponsive, right? It's just not not wanting to be my friend today. Not wanting to be my friend. Okay, so let's try this. If you're in Canvas, like I asked you, please refresh your screen. Please refresh your screen. You are keeping those slides open as a vocabulary list to help you. Okay, does that make sense, Dallas? You want to keep those slides open from the modules so that you can use it as a vocab list. Okay. All right. So here are your assignments, you guys, between now and Wednesday. If you go to Canvas, you refresh your screen, you're in the Let's Get Started. Okay, so take a look at my Zoom screen. You're in the Let's Get Started unit. Okay, give me a thumbs up. We all there? See? All right, Carlin, how about you? Aslan, Kimura, Charlie, Dallas. Yes, thank you, Arshis. Okay, remember, you guys, we always work top down. So scroll, scroll, scroll. You should have completed the video sheet from last week. These are the slides that are going to help you, right? It's like your notes. You have 2 things: scavenger hunt and our VHL, which is from the online textbook. Okay. So if we look at our scavenger hunt, just take a look at my screen first, you guys. You'll have plenty of time to get this done today. Use the vocab slides to help you locate the items. Use the toolbar to circle them, right? So all you got to do is click on annotation. You're going to use your little paintbrush thingamabobber here. Okay, your free draw. You should see an image of a schoolroom. And when you scroll down, you see, what is that, 8 items, I think, right? 4, but however many, 10 items, okay? And so you're going to look for a pen and circle it. And you're going to look for a pencil and circle it. Actually, those words should be in Spanish. But Canvas must have jumped that and translated it. So you guys kind of got an easy gig there. That's okay. Right? 3 points today, okay? But our next one, class M, is to classify. So it says classify the following school items, taking into account which of them are usually hung on a wall in la pared and which are found on tables en las mesas. So a mesa is a table, a pared is a wall. You have to know what they mean. That's why you have your vocab list open. What would you do with the borrador? Would you hang it on a wall or would you put it on a table? You make your choice and you submit. Okay. Once again, you guys have about 10 minutes. Easy peasy. The scavenger hunt. Thank you, Canvas. turned out to be in English, so that's an easy 5 points for you, or however many points that is. Okay, you guys have plenty of time to get these done before you get out of here today. And if you didn't turn in the video a sheet from Friday, you need to get that done as well. Okay, all right, any questions? Passing? No? All right. I wonder if I can fix that Canvas assignment, or that scavenger hunt assignment, I should say. See if I can try it again. It's kind of crazy. Not gonna let me. Try again. Yeah, man, you guys got some free points because it's not gonna let me fix it. Good for you. Happy Monday. Okay, we have about 3 minutes left. If you finished the VHL assignment, please go in while you're in VHL and make sure that you have completed all of your assignments thus far in VHL. Okay. If you don't know how to do that, or if you don't know what I'm talking about, let me know. And everybody should do the scavenger hunt. That's 5 free points, man. That's in English, right? Everybody should have that done today. Okay, I still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people who need to record themselves doing the alphabet. That was due on the 15th. Let's see, I have 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8 people who still need to record themselves in VHL for Buenos Dias or Buenas Tardes. That was due on the 18th. And then today, I still have some folks who need to turn in the clasificar activity today. So just a reminder, you guys, this coming first week of September is progress reports. We want to make sure we have all of our work done. So if you're having troubles accessing VHL, if you don't know what the heck I'm talking about, please reach out to me. Office hours are tomorrow as well. You can sign up in the calendar for that if you need to just talk to me privately.
You said 1st of September?
It's September 4th. So next Thursday. Or Thursday. Yeah, week from Thursday.
The
So,
scavenger hunt isn't showing up for me. I've refreshed my home page
and that's
multiple
great
times.
because, like I say, it was in English anyway. So if whoever sees it, turns it in, everybody gets 5 points. Okay, freebie today. But we need to make sure that we have our VHL, you guys. And if you're having questions about that, because some of you have not turned in any VHL assignment. So remember that they are the ones in Canvas that have the little fireworks emoji thing. Okay. All right, you guys. Nos vemos miércoles. See you Monday or Wednesday. If you need me, you can sign up for office hours. If that's the case, I'll see you tomorrow. Okay. Adios a todos. Adios. Have a great day, you guys. Have a great day.